Okay, let's start with the presentation. Good morning, everyone. So far, we have seen we were studying instance-based learning. In that, we have discussed k nearest neighbor, locally weighted regression. Next topic is radial basis function. Rather than classification algorithm, it's one of the approaches for approximation. So, we'll be for the this radial basis function will be completely used in neural networks for weight calculation and approximation. So this particular topic, I will discuss when I'm explaining neural network. Okay, this one topic I will explain you while discussing the neural networks. Neural networks, artificial neural network, and its weight calculation and all. At that approximation, we'll see radial basis function, how it can be used. So now I will not explain this particular concept. So next type is case-based reasoning. You can understand by the name itself, case-based reasoning. So it's again one of the instance-based learning methods itself. Uh, Only one simple small change in this case-based learning. Again, this is also a lazy learning. As you all know, lazy learning means we'll store all the instances and then we will, for the input query, we'll check to which instance it matches. Right. So case-based reasoning, what happens in case of case-based reasoning is instances are represented in symbolic form. It's not like some values, some numbers or some real values or something like that. It will be represented in symbolic form. So its representation itself is little complicated. So each instance is a different case. Case-based reasoning means case study. So a lot of cases will be there. Our input query will be compared with all those cases, and then to whichever it matches, we'll classify this new query into that particular class. It is not like previous methods where instances are some numbers, some values, four attributes are there, and each will have its own values. It is not like that. Uh, the instances will be stored as cases. Each and every attribute will be represented in some symbolic form. Basically, it is used in mechanical component design in manufacturing industries, where if you want to design some mechanical component machinery, then they will go for case-based approach. Uh, with respect to one example, we shall see how this case-based reasoning can be used, what kind of learning it is. All right. So here, as I said, each instance is one particular case. Each instance, each example is one particular instance case. So we need a different distance metric to compare the new query with the given instances. With respect to one example, we shall see how this case-based reasoning can be uh, deployed. Okay, cadet system. Cadet is nothing but case-based development tool. Okay, cadet is nothing but case-based development tool. It is a tool which can be used to, uh, which is used in certain manufacturing industry uh, to apply this case-based reasoning technique. Okay, so each, as I said, each training example or each instance is nothing but a qualitative function, and its equivalent mechanical structure. And new query is nothing but that is our new definition on XQ. New query is nothing but the desired function. Say I have certain set of stored examples, and now I want to design a new structure. Okay, that is my input query. What is the target? What the output I should get? Output is mechanical structure for this new query. Okay, I have a I have to design something. That is my input query. What should be the output of this system? The output should be a mechanical structure. Okay, for my query. In this cadet, they have one example is being given. It's the design of faucets, water faucet. Water faucet means taps. Okay. So this using this cadet tool, case-based reasoning design tool, a water faucet design, how it can be done. Uh, Here it consists of 75 stored examples, means stored libraries of various configurations, tap configuration, faucet means tap, faucet configuration, pipe configuration, inlet, outlet, all those details have been stored. Okay, that is already stored. Using those details, we have to design a new structure for our system. Okay, so our target new query is nothing but I want to design a faucet. Okay, we call it as mixture. You might have heard of it, wherein three two tabs will be there. One, if I turn around, two knobs will be there. If I turn one knob, cold water will come. If I turn another knob, hot water will come, and both will be mixed together, and we get the normal, moderate temperature water. If I open only cold water knob, only cold water will come. If I open only hot water knob, only hot water will come. If I open both simultaneously, cold and hot water will be mixed, and you'll get a moderate temperature water. So that is our target. We want to design a faucet to perform this operation, and we'll give that input that is our query. We'll give that to this cadet system, which has already got some design structures. Some examples are there, using which it will design the new structure. Uh, okay, in the given, you can see here, in the given stored examples, one case is there. Our requirement has matched one case. That is nothing but T junction pipe. T junction pipe. T junction pipe will be like this. T. T, it will be of the shape T. Okay. Q1, Q2. That is water can flow from this direction and this direction. And these two waters will be mixed and it will come out of the one more outlet, that is Q3. Okay. T junction pipe. So this structure, this design is there already. T junction pipe. Our target input query has matched almost equivalent to this query. So Q1 is one water flow direction, Q2 is another direction. Water will be mixed and it will come out of Q3. T1 represents temperature of this direction water, T2 represents temperature of this direction water, T3 is the new temperature. So our query has matched the design of this T junction pipe in the stored examples. So what are the functions this structure has got in the stored examples? You can see here Q1, Q2. Plus means if Q1 flows here, Q2. Plus means it will add. Okay, Q1, Q2 will add the water flow. See, minus, if there was minus here, it will decrease the water flow. Plus means it will increase the water flow. Q1 and Q2 will result in Q3. T1 and T2 will result in temperature 3. So this was the function for this T junction pipe, which was in the stored example. So what is our case? We have to design a water faucet for hot water, cold water, and mix of hot and cold water. So structure, we need the structure for that. Uh, this cadet system has matched, closest match is this T junction pipe. So what it will do, it will generate this function. You can see in the bottom of the presentation, you can see the function here. CT is cold water flow. CT is control signal for temperature. CF is control signal for flow of the water. QC is uh, flow of the cold water. QH is flow of the hot water. So control signals are there. Okay. So if I provide this control signal, it will control the flow of cold water. It will control the flow of hot water, CF. So these control signals, based on these control signals, water flows we can adjust. That is the amount of hot water, the amount of cold water you can adjust. So if you adjust, finally that flow will result in flow of mixed water. That is moderate temperature water. Along with that, Tc is nothing but temperature of cold water. Th is temperature of hot water. So these two temperature will mix and we'll get the final temperature of the water that is coming out of the faucet. Okay. So there were so many examples. Among those examples, it has fetched one case, that is T junction pipe, and it is saying, so our new query matches to this one, and it sees all those functions and it will generate the new function and new structure for our new query. So case-based reasoning means it will analyze us various cases that are stored in the libraries and it will match it to the closest match. If there are many cases which are similar to our case, it will combine those cases and it will generate the final structure. Majorly, this is used in mechanical component design to design the structure of mechanical components. All right. One more example, if you want to take bank loan lending. Each and every customer is unique. Their pattern will be unique, job will be unique. We cannot generalize them. In that case also, you can use case-based reasoning. If a new customer applies for a loan, and if there are millions of customers in the bank, this new customer's case will be compared with all the pre-existing customers who have taken loan. Okay, so if the new customer case matches with any of the old customers who have taken the loan, so we'll get the idea whether new customer will pay the loan on time or he will not pay the loan. All right. Or if the new customer is having two types of income, one is agriculture income and another one is running some business, or he's a salaried person. Then what our new system will do, it will match this new case with two cases which are already there in the system. One is businessman case and one other one is agriculturist case. So it will combine those two cases and it will match to the new query. And it will say, based on all the data, it will say whether the loan can be given to the new person or not. If the loan is given, in how many days uh, whether he will be prompt in paying the payments or he will end up as a defaulter. Those conditions we can check. Not many examples are there wherein this system has been implemented. This is still an research topic. Majorly, this is right now it is used to design the mechanical structure. New component design, if you want to do bearing, shock absorber, or something engine and all, will always refer to the old cases, and we'll take the input from those old cases. So this is where it is used uh, from the right now. The major points are like we need structural representation of cases. Multiple cases can be combined to form one solution to the new problem. Like as I said, it is a research area. Still, research are going on in this topic. Okay, so easy learning and eager learning, two types. CNN case, KNN and case-based learning or lazy learning. Eager learning, you have not studied it so far. We shall see ID3 algorithms, some other algorithms are there. Eager always creates global approximation. In lazy learning, we always talk about local approximation. Yes, you will understand these things once we study other algorithms. Okay. This is a very simple topic. Here, case-based reasoning you will get with respect to that example itself, water faucet. If you get that question, you have to draw these things and explain how it is done, all these things for a new query. You need to briefly explain about these things. Other than that, you'll not get any other questions in this topic. It's a pretty simple topic. So we'll continue in the next class with a new topic. Thank you.